when, they pulled Yam Yam out like that, that was so traumatic. And Steven's like, I'm surprised that he didn't speak up sooner. The fact that he yelling out that it was Lisa. And Natalie comes in and she apologizes. She's like, I was freaking the F out. I want to apologize that I chose myself. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And we have husbands watching housewives with us today, and you guys can introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And thanks for having us back again. We're really happy to be with you guys.
Yes, we're excited.
We're very happy to have you.
And talk about Traitors. It's really exciting.
Yes.
Yep. We're talking about Traitors Season 4, Episode number 7. It's called The Black Banquet. But before we get into Traitors, we're going to talk a little bit about Colton. The Colton of it all.
Right.
Real quick, excuse me 1 second. Had you guys watched Traitors prior to this season?
We did. We watched the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, we
This
didn't
is
watch
my
the
first season
one.
watching it.
So you're pleasantly surprised, I imagine.
It's really my new favorite show, especially after this episode. I thought this episode was the best one so far.
They've all been so good, but this one for sure just was really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yep.
so much camp.
Yep.
You can't be beat.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Had to get that out.
So the Colton of it all, so he's got quite an extensive reality TV history. So he was on The Bachelorette. No, wait, he was on The Bachelor first, right? Or The
Correct.
Bachelorette.
And
He was on The Bachelorette
Bachelorette.
first.
Yeah, liked him so
was
much
on the-
they asked him back.
Asked him to be the Bachelor. And he was he was touted as the first virgin Bachelor.
Yes.
I-
For obvious
Now-
reasons.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the definition of virgin is, to be quite honest with you, because I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to question that. We'll just
Well,
put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
My take on it was, as a gay man, that he just, he was trying to make a lot of things work to get himself straight, and it was kind of hanging a lot was riding on that.
Well, he never slept with a woman. So, yes, he was
Right.
a virgin in that capacity.
Yeah, and
Right.
so far
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
as far as the public knew, he was a virgin.
Right. Right. And he was also on, I think, Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he had some kind of show with Coming Out Colton, right? He had that
Right.
show.
Yeah, that was on Netflix.
And then, and was that the one with Caitlin Bristow? Or that was another one? He had something with Caitlin Bristow.
Yeah, I don't know all the stuff he was on. I don't know
Coming Out.
much past Coming Out Colton, because that was out in 2021, and we watched a couple episodes, and then we just watched the 6th one last night just to catch up on it, because we never finished watching.
Yeah, so then I listened to the Bravo docket all the time just to, see what's going on in the Bravo legal world. And they started to do this kind of deep dive in the allegations that he admitted to. I mean,
Right.
he was stalking, putting tracking devices on the girl that he was involved with on The Bachelor. It was the girl that he chose. He wanted to marry her, and the father did not give him permission. And he just couldn't accept that. So she left the show, and he ended his season without anybody. But then after the show ended, the two of them decided to try it out, not on TV. And
Pressure.
yes, which I get that. That makes sense if you think you have something and give it a chance, right?
Now, do both of you?
Why the father said no? Like, why did the father say no?
He probably had a sixth sense, maybe not about his sexuality, but just got a bad feeling about him. We never watched The Bachelor, so we don't know the whole ins and outs of that season.
Yeah, did either of you watch The Bachelor back then, or do you watch it now?
I
Never
watched
have.
it when it was first on. I watched probably 7 seasons of it, and then I was like, all right, it was a little played out.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think I watched a couple times with my roommates back in the day, but I don't think I was watching when he was on at all. So
Yeah.
it's definitely,
No,
and I don't remember him on Bachelorette, because I always enjoy watching Bachelorette because it's just the more guys throwing themselves at the woman, and I think
Right.
that's way more entertaining than the other way
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
They're all a bunch of tools usually.
Totally agree.
But yeah, I don't remember him at all. But yeah, I can't imagine going on that show as a closeted gay man for any other reason than hoping that meeting someone in that circumstance would somehow force me to be straight. Like, oh, now is my chance to become straight. And
Right.
I know I'm reading a lot of my own kind of thoughts into what his motives were behind it, but from what I can tell, I think that's kind of what drove him a lot in all of this. I mean, first off, as young as he was at the time, being offered this chance to go on reality TV not once, but twice, but three, and even more times than that.
Yes, yes.
It's a hard thing to pass up. And
Mhm.
I just, again, can't imagine that he wasn't just as religious as he says he is, just praying to God that like somehow meeting someone on these shows would force him to be straight and he could become someone different and
Get married, have kids.
right. And clearly
Did he grow up in a very
Yes.
religious household?
Yeah.
Well, then
Yeah.
that does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the coming out
That
Colton
makes
thing,
a lot of sense.
he ends up going to meet with his old church pastor and all old football coaches from high school, and religion does have a through line to it. But not being very religious myself, watching it, it's a little foreign to me. Of like, does this really carry that much weight for the guy? But clearly, it does, or it must
would.
have.
I mean, Wendy and I both grew up Catholic, so we're well versed. But yes, I believe it would.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me, quite honestly.
Yeah, and I just, remember when I always hate saying it because, like, when I started coming out, I did the whole, like, I'm not gay, maybe I'm bisexual, and, like, just kind of doing everything under the sun to kind of make myself feel a little bit more normal, quote unquote, about the whole thing. So I did, with his story and kind of, like, the paranoia and I see of him displaying and all this, I just, like, I can kind of sympathize a little bit, but he definitely, with the stalking and went way far over the line. Like, that's just not cool. But he must have just been really in a bad place and desperate to like make something different happen. But what he did to that
Yeah.
poor girl, that's not good.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, the text messaging, and then it was like he admit to it right away. Like it went on, and then they were like, "Wait a minute," and he was like, "You're right, it's me," and I was doing it to myself too.
Yeah.
Like, so
I'm
I
surprised.
agree he must have been in a bad place.
Well, and
I do think that part of it is that he likes this position he's in, being on all of these reality TV shows. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's also
there's some
driving
narcissism
him.
sprinkled in for sure.
Yeah.
A heavy
Yeah.
dose of it. But yeah, I
Yes.
mean, I also think about breakups that I had in my early 20s and just how desperate you are sometimes to just like feel accepted and like the stupid shit that you do the entire time. Like I used to text people too much. It's like, oh, and you'd have all those kind of pathetic sort of like, why don't you love me sort of things. And it's just like, oh, if I could go back in time and take all that back, I'm worth so much more than groveling. But, when you're 22 and your heart's been broken, or you have your entire idea of yourself and your future is one thing, it's got to be tough. But
I
dude,
dated
learn some
someone for
coping
7
skills.
years. We were 4 months away from getting married, and he broke my heart. And off camera, I'll tell you what I did with my wedding dress, but I won't say. So I get that. I get that.
So, I mean, yeah, I can see how there's some desperation in, but I mean,
But then it crosses the line. So
Yeah,
that's my thing.
yeah,
It's like, I can
undeniably.
totally relate to, how not being able to come to terms with your sexuality and trying to figure that out. But then you make the decision to consciously, one, go on the show, go on
Right.
shows multiple times. I know you're
Right.
trying to be straight and you're thinking it's going to force you to be straight, but still deep down, it's not going to work. Like you have some inkling and you still kept doing these shows. And then that ended and you glommed on to Cassie and then you break up and you're just so intensely focused that you then start stalking her. And it's like you had so many points along the way to make a better decision and a better choice, and you didn't. And so that's where like I get it's tough coming out, but then I'm like, but you made poor choices and got to that point. And I'm really surprised they actually owned up to the stalking. And I know that he can't talk about it because they of the whole legal issues, and they agreed on something, and so she dropped the restraining order. But I'm just that surprises me the most that like he owned up to it and just didn't deny it. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he is a stalker. I don't think he's a horrible person, but he made very, very bad choices, and
Yeah.
that's where he is.
He
And
did
listen,
make
I
bad
don't know what's going
choices.
on with him on his social media. I get the feeling that Lisa Rinna going on and saying what she said is probably because, we know how these people are. We know how these fans are. He could be getting death threats for all we know. That is not okay.
No.
Yeah,
No,
That is not
no,
okay. Yes, he was a
it's not.
stalker, but I mean, we know how these fans can get.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's between like him and Cassie. So like, you don't
Yes.
need to like, yeah, like
His therapist and his priest too.
right. You don't need to throw death threats out there and come after this guy because yeah.
Yeah. What was interesting with the Bravo docket, the thing that I had never really thought of before until hearing them kind of go over it is like kind of how disrespectful and would be of him to keep going on these shows where the other women, their reason for being on the show is to actually find a relationship and that like
Right.
he just pretty much wasted everybody's time. In the back of my gay head, I'm just kind of like, well, he didn't know. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, how many thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, of production time and all this did he just waste by playing a game, so to speak? So it was
Yeah.
kind of messed up for sure.
I think too a big part of it is the whole he portrays himself as an NFL player, but as the Bravo Talk pointed out, he actually never played a game.
Yeah, he was
He
a
was
Never
only
played in
on
a
the
regular
practice
season
squad.
game.
Yeah,
That's
He was
wild.
On numerous
the practice
teams,
squad.
but
Right.
never played in a regular season
And-
game. Yeah. Normally, I would ask my husband or my son, like, have you ever heard of this guy? Because they're all about it, the stats and the fantasy football and all about it. And I
Mhm.
didn't ask them about him, but I should have because they probably would have been like, no, never heard of him.
We don't know
Have
him.
they heard
Right.
of
No.
have they heard of Jazzy and Angel's husbands on Potomac?
I'm going to ask them.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
great
curious.
question.
Are they actually playing?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, because there's like controversy there, right? There was in the beginning of the season where Angel kind of alluded to the fact that Jazzy's husband was a bench warmer.
Right.
Yes, I forgot about
Oh,
that.
I have to ask them. I got to find the names. Well, I
I mean,
know
not that it's
Angel's husband's name because he's adorable.
Well, he's
Right.
retired though. Angel's
I
husband's
know,
retired.
but he's
Oh, is
not
he?
like
Oh, yeah,
long
he is,
since
yeah.
retired.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
it's still
Bobby
probably
Massey,
to be
right?
paid.
That's his name, Bobby Massey.
Yeah, to be paid to play football in any capacity, which is, I guess, technically the legal definition of professional. That's still
Right.
amazing.
Sure.
But at the
Right.
same time, the way they really played Colton up was though he was some protege football starter, and you're like, what? I don't remember that. So
And I could swear they said that he was like, or he said like he was in the NFL for 12 years, but it wasn't.
He has said he for multiple years. Yes,
like
he did.
in the HR department, maybe.
Yeah. The equipment boy.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
So I mean, the good thing of all this is like if you watch again the 6th episode of Coming Out Colton, I think is the one if you really wanted information or at least their spun take on what happened. He meets with another former Bachelor contestant, and she says like, yeah, some of us kind of got a feeling, and she makes it seem as though everything is fine, and that we're here for you, and we're happy you're living your true self. But it was interesting to see what they put up to kind of address the situation. So it's worth watching if you're interested in a little bit more information, but by no means is it like life changing at all.
They found like the one bachelorette who was like okay with him.
Yeah, exactly. And
So,
she probably just wanted to be on camera again. She's like, yep, okay,
Exactly.
whatever. Write the script. I'll read it.
right.
Yes.
Right. So, but yeah.
So let's get into this episode. This episode is the big dinner that Allan Cummings has promised us. And this episode had a lot of hype before it. I mean, Allan said it was one of the biggest episodes of all the seasons that he's done. I'll be honest with you. I was let down because of all the hype. I wish they hadn't hyped it up. I mean, I thought it was a good episode, but I was
Right.
expecting more. I honestly was expecting more because of all the hype about it.
I think there were a lot of things attributing to it being a good episode, not just the dinner. I thought the dinner was great and the murder in plain sight, but I
Yeah.
think that there were other elements to the episode that made it such a good episode.
Yeah, agreed. Like it definitely was overhyped. It was still good. I enjoyed it, but the way they said this is what changes everything. You would think someone actually got murdered.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And honestly,
Yeah.
Natalie was acting as if she was actually going to get murdered. I'm like, calm down. You're gonna
Right.
live.
I need the antidote.
It's going to be
I
okay.
think,
You just get to
honestly-
go home to your family. I know that's
Right.
scary, but you
I
do.
honestly think that like the previous episode leading into this, like the excitement that we left that episode with was so much more tangible and so much more just present than this actual episode came out to be. But I mean, I think because of that, they did what I think they needed to do, is just like keep on the hype. And then you're right. It
Right.
really, we got resolution to it, but I guess if you're binging the whole thing, it would be amazing. But the fact that we actually had to wait a week in
Right.
real time, it's
Right.
not so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think that's probably it.
Yeah.
So it starts out with them at the, the dinner, the banquet, and they're all talking about their outfits. And I have Lisa's outfit behind me. Honestly, I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, are you a sailor girl? Like, what? Are
Yeah.
you little Bo Peep? Like, what is
Yeah.
going on with this outfit? I
All
don't
the
know.
above.
it
There's
is
a lot
it is a little
going
bit
on with
much, but
that.
it's kind of what I expect from Lisa Rinna, and just to be a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yam Yam, again, this was another one. Like, this is like, I get like LA pimp vibe. Like, what is this with this? Like, what is this?
He needs a cane and a hat. I just pictured Kramer walking down the street on Seinfeld.
A lot of feathers.
I did love Candace's. I loved the whole Medusa theme.
Yeah.
I loved the crown. I loved the snakes on her arms, the snakes around her neck. This I loved. I don't know why, but I loved it.
I was about to ask you both if you watch Real Housewives, and I realized who I'm talking to. But like I feel like that look has been done a lot recently on Housewives.
The
though, with
crowns,
whole-
yes.
the crowns and everything.
Yes.
But
A lot of
I
crowns.
don't
but we
get
haven't
it.
seen Candace doing it, and she rocked it for sure.
She
Everything
did.
she's
did.
wearing this season on Traitors is pretty amazing. I'm a little weird
I
here
agree.
and there.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna win it, Candace. I think she's gonna go to the end. But
I don't
I hope
know.
so.
I hope so too. But this week's, I think
I know.
I think my prediction is, this is my prediction. She's going to go to the end with Rob, and he's going to screw her. He's going to screw her
I don't
over.
think Rob's getting to the end, but I'll tell
I
you
think he
why
is.
when we're
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
when
we'll
we
get
to
there.
it.
Okay. And next is Tara's outfit. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Maura's outfit was a hat, not so much, but the actual dress, I liked it. The gold
Yep,
and the
so
black.
fun.
I think the hat
I just
made
think
it.
that she is so gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
She can wear whatever she wants.
You tink? Tink, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think.
Do you not think of Paulie, Dolores' fiance,
Yes.
every time she says that? Every time.
She tinks a lot.
So this is not a great picture of Colton's outfit because you can't really see the whole pearl thing he's got going on underneath this jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is a bit much.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a bit much. I know.
It doesn't
I'm indifferent.
accentuate his smirk and his beady eyes.
Yeah.
Not as much as it could.
Johnny Weir is, classic Johnny Weir. I would expect
That's
nothing
like a
less
Tuesday
from
for
him.
Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. This old thing.
Yep. Dorinda looked fabulous. I thought
Yeah.
Dorinda looked fabulous. And
Yeah.
I don't have the single picture of Colton because I couldn't find it, but I'm not Colton, Rob. Rob had on it was like a
Bib
a
almost.
sleeveless breastplate kind of with all different emblems on it,
Like a
right?
vest.
I thought-
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked his actually. I thought his looked good. I mean, it was a little different. I've watched Traitors with my oldest son who's 23, and he is a huge fan of Rob's from Love Island, and he thinks that Rob is going to win it all. And he's like, but I would never wear these things. Like, why are they wearing these outfits? He's like, what is going on? I'm like, well,
I
that's
think
the show.
Rob's. Yeah, and he's really diving in on the overalls.
Yeah.
He's
The
just
overalls
going-
are good. The overalls are good for him.
Yeah, and he's gonna just pick over the top overalls. Really, is where we're at.
And
He
that's
might have
probably
been
fine.
on
to join a
That's
Amazon
boy band
fine.
before he
in the
left.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He and
That's
Colton
fine.
are going to start a boy band.
I mean, yeah.
They really
See,
have a
that's what I
bromance
think-
going on.
I think that's going to be Rob's demise.
I think
And
you're right.
remember when Colton went to Lisa and said, if you protect me in the turret, I'll protect you at the round
Yes.
table? I think he
Yes.
went to Rob with the same deal, and Rob took the deal. And I think that's going to be Rob's demise. Because
Oh, that
now
makes
everybody
sense.
thinks Colton's a traitor.
I
But
didn't
Rob
know how
can't take the
close-
deal. Rob can't take the deal.
I
You
didn't know how
can't.
close
If
they
you're
were.
a traitor, you can't admit you're a traitor. You can't take a deal like that.
Well,
It's part of
you're
contract.
not supposed to, but
No, but you can't.
Yeah.
There's cameras everywhere.
Mm,
I don't know. I'm
That's-
thinking that this is what's happened.
I mean, it could be, but I mean,
And that's why they're
Rule-wise-
BFFs.
I didn't know that they were that close until like the last episode when he made a huge deal of I couldn't vote for Colton. We're so close. And I'm like, did I miss this?
That's what I mean. We haven't seen it, but now all of a sudden that's what he's saying. And it's
Right.
very true because Colton said it in this episode.
In the last
this is
episode, Lisa and Candace should have known something was going weird, going south with him when he started in this whole like, oh, well, I can't, Ron and I really like Ron and I can't vote out Colton. It's like, why not? He just came for one of us. Like
Mhm.
their
Exactly.
single sole focus in the last episode should have been the three of them finding a way to strategically get Colton out of there as soon as they could without drawing suspicion on themselves. And the minute he was apologetic and starting protecting Colton, they should have been like, we need to prepare ourselves for something bad to happen. Of course, hindsight as a viewer, nothing was right with that when it happened.
Totally agree.
So back at the dinner, Lisa has to try and get somebody that she chooses to touch her brooch, and that's the person who's going to be killed in plain sight. So while she's there and she's, talking to everybody, she's in her mind thinking about who it should be. And she's got three people that she thinks. She's thinking maybe Yam Yam or Kristen or Natalie.
Good thing she didn't
I
pick
will
Natalie.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
I mean, she ripped it out of her hand.
Yeah.
Or she jumped up. No, yeah. She jumped up and grabbed it, right? Or did
Yeah.
now I'm getting
She
confused.
jumped up and grabbed it.
Jumped up and grabbed it. Okay.
It was insane because when she started doing that, and before we knew who actually touched the brooch, it was just like, God, like what happened to Natalie that she thinks that she got? And to this day, we've never really even found out what she thinks qualified her to be murdered.
That hyper fight
it
or
was
flight.
The turkey, because she said that she ate the turkey. And Johnny was like, well, I ate the turkey also. So
Right.
how can, or maybe Steven said that. One of them said, well, I ate it also. So if you're
Steven served her the
Served
turkey.
served her
Yeah.
the turkey. Okay.
Poor
Yeah.
Steven.
My gosh. And he's like one of my favorite on the show because I watched Laguna Beach. So they
I
can
did
say
too.
he's from One Tree Hill all they want, but he was from Laguna Beach.
Okay, we need to stop that One Tree Hill thing. Everyone knows Steven from Laguna Beach.
Exactly. This is the premise of the whole LC Kristen Cavalieri beef. Come on.
Somehow I missed
This
Laguna
is what
Beach.
I was doing when my kids were babies, by the way.
I didn't
watching
see it
Laguna
either.
Beach.
I didn't see it
Reliving
either.
my high school years.
Yes.
I thought for sure it took Lisa walking around a little bit amongst all the paranoia of everyone like, did you touch the car? Did you all that stuff? I thought all Lisa should have done is just have the brooch on really, really crooked. Because then someone would have walked up, here, let me fix that for you.
Yeah.
And just done it without even thinking. I know I would have. I'd have been like, I just would
thought
have
she
been
was
girl.
very obvious. I thought she was making it way too obvious that she was doing something.
Right. But I guess if they can't tell that Candace was doing something when she started a conga line, then maybe they're just not too observant.
They're not the brightest sometimes.
So
No,
true.
you're right.
It's so true.
You're right.
So true. So the other traitors are sitting at the table and they're all talking, and they're Candace and Rob, they don't know if she's done it yet. They don't know what's happened because they're kind of doing their own thing. And then Allan enters the room and he gives them the history of the whole banquet and the whole castle, and that it was fit for royalty and the Scottish King James, and they ate and they drank and they shed tears in the Alan Cummings way that he does it. And he said tonight is going to be a case of history repeating himself because at this very banquet, a traitor has cursed somebody and right under your nose. But he brings out these 2 bottles of antidote. And if the cursed player drinks the antidote, it will save them from death. They will not die. I was like, oh, this is an interesting twist. I
Yeah.
like it. I did like it. But they have to decide which 2 players are going to get it. And they have a short amount of time. I wish I knew how much time because they tell you the time for the challenges.
I know.
I wonder
they
what
didn't
that
tell us.
short amount of time.
He just
No.
all of a sudden announced that they had 1 minute left.
Yeah,
Right.
he was
Yeah.
very demanding. Like, we need to know now. We must know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought,
He
I
could've
forget her
split
name,
down.
the top chef contestant, the one whose
Kristen.
card they
Kristen.
flipped up.
Kristen.
Of anyone, she should have been like, I'm the only one whose face was flipped up on those cards. Like, I think that would be a good reason for getting it.
Yes.
But everyone else was just, and I just can't imagine living in that paranoia of that
Yeah.
moment of just like, oh God, just the minute they got to the dinner, everyone was just like, well, be careful, do this, watch out for this. But then once they announced what happened, everyone just panicked.
Yeah.
Some more than others, obviously, but I just can't imagine like the amount of things you need to process all at once to be like, wait a minute, what was the weirdest thing that happened to me in all this?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if you're not paying attention, you're just like, oh, you look great. I wouldn't remember if someone, well, I would remember if someone kissed me on my face because when they do, I break out into hives. So I do, like if I go in for a hug, I'm very careful. But typically you wouldn't really pay attention to an air kiss or a real kiss.
Well, immediately
Agreed.
Yam Yam said, Lisa kissed me on the cheek. And like that was the first. And then Steven said, well, I cut food. I'm like, okay. And Natalie was like, well, I think I'd like to drink the antidote. And then Tara said, well, I got served turkey by Dorinda. Okay. When I'm writing these things down, I'm like, okay. And then Candace, all of a sudden, she's like, well, I think Tara should be able to drink. Candace really likes Tara, and she does not want her
Yeah.
to go anywhere.
Yeah.
The curling iron that she likes.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. She did say that. It is her curling iron. You're right. You're so right.
That's so funny.
Important things.
Then
Yes.
Kristen brings up, it's definitely important. Kristen brings up, I think I would like to drink because my card was, my card was flipped over. And Johnny Weir's like, yeah, I did flip over your card and it was your face. But in the craziness of it all, Kristen winds up getting it and Natalie grabbed it. Tara had it in her hand.
Yeah.
Tara had it.
So I think because somebody said it at one point, like Natalie would not stop. Like she was
No.
going and go. Like you couldn't even hear what anybody else was saying.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I wonder, it has to be weighing on her that she's the last gamer there, though. Because, I mean, that's one, that just seems bizarre in my mind,
Yeah.
especially all the other seasons where so many gamers lasted so long. So for them to be down
Yeah.
to one gamer, she definitely has to feel a target on her back. But a little bit,
I forgot that she was the last one.
yeah. Little
Well,
self-important.
because now it's kind of like the jig is up. Like now, whoever the traitors are, if they're not a gamer, they're going to be like, let's get rid of them because they're too smart. They're too smart.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to get into this whole,
Housewives,
like,
not so much.
but no, I don't know. Everyone else now seems to think every single housewife is a nuclear scientist. They know everything that's
Yeah.
going on.
They cracked the case wide open.
Yeah.
So Allan announces that it was Yam Yam, and they take him away, and he jumps up and was like, "It was Lisa. It was
Aggressively
Lisa."
take him away.
And that
they
seems
like
really-
pulled the chair out.
That seems so strange that they allowed him to say something, because if by all means he was cursed, and let's just say it was a real curse and he really died, and he wouldn't have a chance to blurt anything out. He'd just be dead at the
Right.
table.
You're murdered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I thought we
Right.
wouldn't find out until the next morning when, like, oh, who's missing? Who didn't come to
I
breakfast?
thought so
And
too.
I think
Yeah.
production kind of screwed Lisa there by letting him.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely. I agree with you because I agree. I thought we would find out the next morning at breakfast and see who was gone.
But in hindsight, it makes total sense that they would get the drama going and get everyone pointing fingers at everyone else. And
Over an air kiss. And then the funny thing is, it wasn't even the damn air kiss.
right.
Right.
You're supposed to be on the
Right.
mouth, a huge
It wasn't even what
brooch.
he said.
Exactly.
And that's probably what's got to make it harder for Lisa to like deny it plausibly. Is it like it's not even the thing that did it. Like, I was
She's
concentrating
probably
on
wanted
this
to
damn
scream it.
brooch.
So the next morning at breakfast, I think it was interesting that the first people to walk into breakfast this morning were all the Traitors, right? Because
that
that's
was on
never
purpose.
happened.
Because they didn't have a
Yeah.
turret to like really discuss
Ye-
things, and
Yeah. So at the breakfast, they kind of talked a little bit.
I'm surprised
And
Colton
they
didn't walk in right after that and say, "Did you notice that the first 3 people there were the, you know, it was Lisa and
Sherlock Colton.
Yeah, Sherlock Colton.
So the three of them are talking about that they have to come up with a plan, to protect Lisa. And Candace's like, yeah, we have to diffuse the situation. And Rob's like, well, I'm just going to do what I always do. I'm just going to sit back and listen. Lisa's
yeah,
like,
no."
No, you're not.
no.
And let the
Like,
women do the work.
You need to, yeah. So he doesn't. I mean, he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He actually did a little more.
Did a little
Little
more
much.
because he put her name out there again.
He
So
did.
one of the things Jeff hates about me a lot is that I will be the devil's advocate, like, to my detriment. But with this, like, I found myself watching Rob trying to think of any possible reason, and like he could spin to Lisa and Candace as to why that's a benefit. Why him sitting back and just making it seem like he's buddy with everyone and he's just kind of watching, like, how that would be good. And I can't figure out, like, why either of them would accept that as okay without saying to him, like,
Right.
no, guy, you gotta step up and you gotta help us because we're a team here. And I still, like, even by the end of the episode, I can't think of what he's going to say to Candace to justify anything that he did. And luckily he can't, but luckily Candace is no dummy and she's not gonna believe anything he says.
think now we're gonna see Candace is gonna be out for Candace and Rob's gonna be out for Rob. And I think that Candace has done a good job of not aligning herself with anyone. He has aligned himself with Colton, and now people think Colton is a traitor. So Rob should now sit back and not say anything and let them banish Colton. But I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to try to stick up for Colton, and he's putting a target on his own back by doing that.
I hope so.
That's why I think they had that conversation and Rob agreed to it. I think Rob's going to continue to try to protect Colton, but now everybody thinks Colton's a traitor.
I wonder, like, if they have to recruit somebody else, if he would want to recruit Colton.
That's what I'm
I
wondering.
wonder that too.
Right. Do they ever add a traitor?
They do.
They did last season. Last season
Okay.
they did.
Ugh.
For the numbers.
She's not going to let him add Colton. She's going to get Tara in there first for that hair straightener.
Tara is so under the radar, like no one would suspect Tara.
I agree. I think Tara's a good choice, quite honestly.
So I was listening to, was it Humble Brag? I don't know. It was one of the 1,000 of the podcasts I listened to. And one of the old traders was on, and they were saying that the people we see the least of on screen right now, which is people like Tara and Steven, are the ones that go the furthest. So we don't see Tara that much. We don't see Steven that much. So this is like, they're going to go the furthest in the game. Which makes sense.
Somebody mentioned Steven in this episode, though. They said they were, was it Colton?
Yep.
But who hasn't?
He mentioned Steven.
He'd mention his own mother if it made any sort of sense.
Yes,
he would. He definitely would.
Yeah.
He definitely would.
And people are like, she's not even playing the game. Why are you bringing her up?
She's not even here.
No, but she's a traitor. I know it.
Big swing, but I'm going to go for
if
it,
we could just get 7 other people to say her name.
Right.
Oh, God.
I think next week it's going to be 6. I think it's going to be 6 next week, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It never works. They say, all we need is 7, and then the 7 just like scatter.
Right.
All it takes is someone saying, I don't know, I heard Tara mention that she once touched somebody, and it's just like, oh, she must be the murderer, the traitor.
You know who else is flying under the radar is Mark Ballas. Like, we don't see too much of him either.
He does seem to be,
Right?
though, the one that they all trust. Like, everyone seems to
Yeah.
think that there's just no way he could be a traitor. So he would be a good one like Tara to maybe recruit.
True.
Yeah.
Is that her name, Tara? Because I did hear everyone's pronouncing her name wrong. It's Tara, not Tara.
I think it's Tara.
I think it's Tara.
Sorry, I have a friend named Tara.
Tara.
Tara. But yeah, I've always heard Tara Lipinski, like, on the Olympics.
Yeah, I
and
did
on the
too.
news.
That's what I remembered, but
I thought so too. I did hear her talk about that they
maybe
were
she's
pronouncing
like
her name
Teresa
wrong.
and just changes the pronunciation of
Her
her
last
name every
name.
couple of
Yeah,
years.
Oh my
that could be.
God. Judice. Judice.
Judice. Judice.
So in the morning, Dorinda comes out and she's like, when, they pulled Yam Yam out like that was so traumatic. And Steven's like, I'm surprised that he didn't speak up sooner, the fact that he's yelling out that it was Lisa. And then Natalie comes in and she apologizes. She's like, I was freaking the F out. I want to apologize that I chose myself. And Lisa said, well, you did. Like, why did you do that? So Lisa's like trying to put a light on Natalie. Of course she is, because she's got to get it off of her.
Right. And she can't say Colton because it's just too obvious.
No,
He's
it's
coming
too
for
obvious.
her. She's going
Yeah.
for him. Yeah.
It's too obvious. So they're going to go out and do the mission. The mission today is monumental. And before they go out on the mission, in the kitchen, they're talking about like who they feel strongest about. And Natalie's name is coming up. Natalie's coming up. And Rob also brings up, which I thought was interesting. He said, as soon as two people have a different version of the same story, someone's lying. And Yam Yam said Lisa kissed him on the cheek. And Lisa said, I didn't do that. So he's giving credibility to Yam Yam, and right then and there, he's still trying to take Lisa down.
Right, especially
Like
because
the first opportunity he got, he took
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
and everyone was immediately like, yeah, why would Yam Yam have any reason to lie at that point?
He's already been
He's already been
eliminated.
eliminated. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that
And he obviously wasn't a traitor because he just got killed by traitors.
right. God, Rob's a
I was
snake.
so mad. I was
Ugh.
so
Oh
mad.
my gosh,
Yeah.
such a snake. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm
Right.
saying it out loud. I can't believe he's doing that to Lisa.
Right, exactly. Now, meanwhile, in the other room is Kristen and Tara, and Lisa is about to walk in, but she sees them talking, and they're like, no, you can come in. And she comes in, and, Natalie. Did I say Natalie? Natalie and Tara were
Yeah,
there.
Natalie and Tara. Yeah.
And Natalie says, oh, when we murdered them. And Lisa
Yes, she
immediately is
did.
like, oh. And she did say it. We heard her say it. And she's like, I'm going to use this. And she did. As soon as she got in the van on the way to the challenge, she told everyone in the van. And when they got to the round table, she brought it up. And Tara's like, yeah, she validated it because she heard it. She did.
What I'm still surprised that Natalie didn't say, yeah, but Portia said the exact same thing, and look at that. Like, there was easily, like, we were
Mhm.
all making these mistakes. It's easy because we're all talking about who gets murdered, who gets banished. Like, sorry, I didn't use the right word. That would have been an easier out, but it's just weird that
Yes.
she missed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when they get to the challenge, what they have to do is they have to race to the top of the epic monument. But on the way there, they have 30 minutes to reach the summit. They have to gather as much gold as they can carry and deliver it to the top, and they can earn $25,000 in the prize pot. But they will also have the opportunity to win a dagger, which will bestow the dagger holder 2 votes at the round table that can only be used once on the next 4 round tables. Okay, that's a lot of
Yeah,
It was a
directions.
lot.
it was convoluted for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when they got to stop and throw the gold and try to crack the things, and then they get 20 pieces of gold. And when Rob was talking about how back home,
Yeah.
I go by the stream and I throw rocks, I'm like, man, I don't know where this guy grew up, but it really prepared him to be on this show.
Alabama
who
just had a whole
knew?
different speed of life.
He's a snake wrangler. Like, that's what he does.
Knew that this guy's extracurricular activities from 12 years old and up were going to prepare him for this show so well.
I'm waiting for the snake challenge.
Yeah.
Whoever wrangles the most snakes gets a shield.
Then I'm going to say, all right, production, you really like Rob.
Yeah.
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 You
love
really want to
exactly.
see him win this.
I loved in this challenge, though, that the 3 housewives were just like, screw this. We're just walking up
Yeah.
this hill.
Yeah.
Like, we're not made for this.
And then just gave their
This-
gold away at the top. They're like, yep.
It's so funny because I said to my son, they have an open cast for Traitors for normies. I said, I'm gonna apply. He's like, you could never do it. They won't let you in. Medically, you can't do that. I said, I would be with those women right there walking up the hill. I can do it. I can walk up the hill. What are you talking about? I can definitely walk up the hill. He's like, you can't physically do it. I said, I can so. It's not just about physical. It's about mental. So we'll
I
see.
don't know if I
am
could do it in a
applying.
half hour, but I could do it.
And
Well,
also, you
get
don't
out
get
there.
eliminated for not being able to do it. You know, it's
Right.
more
You
so
just
about
don't get a shield. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's always talking. Well, he was for the longest time. Like, we should try out for Amazing Race. This looks like fun. And then one of the seasons, I learned like what they all do to prepare for the Amazing Race. And I was like, "Do you want to do any of these things to train?" He's like, "No, we should not apply for the Amazing."
No. I can't even drive stick, so I can't be
Is there
amazing.
wine
He's
involved
not
in
good
the
with maps, and he
preparations?
can't drive stick shift. So we're just out immediately.
That's so funny. It's so funny because my brother and I talked about doing the Amazing Race together a long time ago because it's been on forever. I would
Yeah.
never try and do that with my husband. Ever. Never. Ever. No.
No, that would never work. We
think
were
we'd be
arguing
okay.
outside shoveling snow the other day. He comes out and starts telling me how to do it. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, but I've been here for about 45 minutes doing this prior to you coming outside of the house. I think I got it.
Yeah, that's
no
true. I
Amazing
never
Race for us.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
thought about that. Like, you're on your own on Traitors, but Amazing Race, we would get to yell at each other.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I meant. That's
Yes.
what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get on Traitors. That would be
That would be really
fantastic.
cool.
That would be exciting. But
Why?
whatever. Not yet, but I'm going to. I have until March
Yeah,
something.
you have
I
to
have to
do
make
it.
a video. I went on the website. I have to make a video. I'm gonna do it. Why not? I've got nothing to lose, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
nothing to lose. And if
there's
it's
a
in New
pretty slim
York, I mean, what
chance.
could these challenges be? You're not climbing up
I
a
think
big
it's in
high
Scotland.
mountain.
No, I think it's in Scotland.
I thought it was in New York.
No.
Scotland.
There's a thing. No, there's a traitor experience in Brooklyn that we can go to and
That's
pay and
right, that's
pretend.
right.
That's something different.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
think,
This
Wendy,
is
I think the thing you need to ask yourself, every single season of Traitors, they get out on a boat and they row out into water and do something stupid on a
can row.
boat. You're fine?
Yeah,
You're
I
good
can
on a
do that.
boat? Okay,
I grew up on the water. My house was on the water. I grew up on the water. I'm fine.
perfect. Then you're good.
Wear
All
a
right.
life jacket. Wear a
Yep.
life jacket.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't recall them ever wearing life jackets, though.
I just
they
think
wear
of
life jackets?
Well, I think
Dolores
they were
last
last
season.
time.
I think
Yeah,
of Dolores
Dolores, that's
last
right.
season just sitting out on the dock, just laying there. You're like, just leave me here. I'm fine.
I'm good.
Okay, so next, they're doing the challenge. They're getting the gold rocks. They get to throw the rocks, the gold to break the things. I mean, Candace threw all of hers. She got none, and she threw all of hers. She wound up with an empty bag, which makes it easier to walk up the hill, right?
Yeah. Lightened her load.
I did think it was interesting that Colton helped Rob carry his bag because it was so heavy. I was like,
I know,
okay.
That's
Not a euphemism.
No, but I'm actually surprised it didn't occur to me till right now that do you think Colton has a little bit of a crush on Rob?
100%.
He's married.
mean,
No,
who
he's
doesn't?
married.
But who
He's
doesn't?
married.
Who's married?
Well,
Colton.
Colton.
Yeah.
With
he's very
child.
Me
good.
too.
They have
I
a
have a
child.
crush on Rob.
All right, good point. Good point.
True,
He's cute.
true.
He's cute.
So
He's
cute.
Maybe
cute.
they have one of those packs.
He's
where, like,
charming, actually.
if it's on another continent, it doesn't count, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If it's in a weird Scottish castle, it's free game.
Maybe he's his hall pass. Who knows?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
I
right?
have LL Cool J and Mark Wahlberg.
Nice.
It'll have the same
Choices.
room.
Good
Yes.
choices.
So they get up there and they find out that they can give their gold to other people because it's whoever box has the most gold. So all the ladies give their gold away because, well, not Candace because she has none to give away. And they find out that the pot, they added $17,800, and the 6 with the most gold have a chance to win the dagger. So the ones that are eligible are Colton, Eric, Mark, Natalie, Rob, and Steven. Rob is the one who had the chest with the most gold, so he gets an extra advantage in this competition, which was key, actually. That was key to winning this
Yeah.
competition. We don't know what it is,
Begrudgingly.
but so then, yeah, we find out that the 5 of them each have a tablet in front of them, and on the tablet underneath there's either an X or a dagger. And Rob, with the advantage, gets to ask them questions and decide whose tablet he wants based on how they answer the questions.
I have to say, the
This-
way he went about asking those questions is actually pretty good. Like, I used to do loss prevention for work, and so I'd have to sit down
Mhm.
with a lot of people and just do the interrogation and trying to ask some innocent questions just to kind of gauge how they were. And what he did actually was right kind of like along the lines of the book. And so
Mhm.
yeah, he asked some good questions. I don't think that the way it was edited together, like, I really got a good sense that, like, their responses were meaningful.
Yeah, I bet you he asked more than 3 questions because they
Yes.
basically showed 3 questions per person. I'm sure he asked more than that, but I agree with you. I thought his technique was really smart.
But did we all think that Colton had the dagger when he got to him and he's like,
Yeah.
like, he totally nodded and was giving, I don't know what the point of that would have been to, like, that would have thrown Rob off. Like, if they do have an alliance, why would he have
Right.
done that? It's kind of
Right.
weird.
You're right.
No,
I think
I thought
I
Colton's
could tell right away that Natalie had it.
Really?
I
could
could
just tell.
too. I could too. I thought that Natalie was very telling. I
see,
thought
I
her
think because
response
Colton's nodding and everything, I thought he had it and they were gonna try and, like, do a little alliance thing to bring it home, but
Right,
I guess
right.
I thought it was her
that's what the
smile.
editors counted on.
For a gamer, she's a bad liar.
I thought it was her
yeah.
smile. I thought it was her
Yeah.
smile and her eyes. Like, to me, like, she was lying and she gave it
Mhm.
away. And Rob got that. Like, he got that she was lying.
Mm.
So when I was watching it with my son, he said what he would do is he would say he had the dagger, even if he didn't. I was like, well,
Oh.
that's an
Oh.
interesting, that's
Yeah.
an interesting, right? Like,
Yeah, like what if someone had said, "Yes, I have it."
right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
I
Been
was like,
dude-
that's interesting.
been
That's
like, dude,
smart.
been like, dude, I will turn it around and show you. Just dare
But
me.
listen, I think that's an interesting take to actually lie and say you have it when you don't,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
smart.
I think about these things when I get there, in case I have
Yeah,
these challenges.
You better take
This
notes.
is your prep.
Keep these notes, recapping these shows.
The thing that
That's
sucks
right.
so much though is that Rob gets it, and that means he's gonna have 2 votes. And just
Well, that's
if he,
it.
If
He's
he
dangerous.
wasn't cocky enough going into this, thinking that he's playing
Mhm.
everyone, now he just has this insurance policy that means
Does.
he can go ahead and just get a half-assed sort of commitment to get someone out of there, and then he can bring it over to the finish line, and that's just so dangerous.
It gives him
It's-
too much power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
disappointing.
it definitely does. It definitely does.
Which, by the way, when they got back to the castle and he made that pact with all of them, I said to myself, that is brilliant. Nobody else would have thought to do that. That was brilliant. Honestly, that was brilliant. Like, that's why I think this is one of the reasons I think he's going to the end. I think he's very, very smart. He thinks. He really thinks. Like, I feel like he's 2 steps ahead of everybody.
But I think a lot of that is dependent upon no one thinking he's a traitor. I think the minute they can get some doubts in there that he's been too smart all along, and that's, I
Yeah.
think, where Candace has to really step her game up and start saying, notice how he knew this when we thought this and this when we thought that.
Yeah.
Then
He's
And
moving you
Candace is
around
a
like-
fan
like-
fave. Like everybody on the cast.
I love
now
Candace.
Candace. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, everybody together loved Candace, but especially the people who are left now. So
right.
I feel like she can persuade more so than he can at this point, especially because he's aligned himself with Colton.
Right.
Yeah.
And Candace
But he's
isn't
charming.
doing. Yeah.
He is
Candace isn't
charming, and he's got
doing
those
a lot-
eyes.
Those eyes are. Ugh. Candace isn't doing a lot to like throw random accusations out there. I mean, maybe that changes with what happened at the round table in this one. People might perceive that as like, whoa, that's the first time that's come up. But
She was always very
Yeah.
consistent, like with Ron. She didn't know. It was like, I'm still thinking it's Ron. Like she wasn't
Yeah.
going like the Tiffany thing with Colton. Nothing like she was never
Right.
pulling anything out of her ass.
Yeah. She's playing it very smart, I think, Candace.
No, I agree. I definitely think she's
I
playing
don't
it
know
smart. We're gonna
why
have
she
to
voted
just-
for Rob. Like, well, we'll get there, but
Yeah.
that was interesting.
Shots
So
fired.
when they get back, they make the pact, and Steven immediately goes inside and tells everyone, okay, we made a pact. We're not telling you who it was. I was like, didn't expect that either.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah. He's so honest.
But,
Is.
I mean,
he's
he's a
probably
good
going to be his
faithful.
demise.
right, but that's also gets him to feel like, hey, we feel. And his reason was we're all safer this way because then no one knows who has it, so they can't be targeted to be not exiled. What's the word?
Banished.
Banished
banished,
Right.
right.
Or
Right.
murdered.
or murdered. Yeah.
As we know, the only one who that was saving was Rob.
For sure.
The only one that but Steven is putting it out there like it's saving him too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like Rob played
Yeah.
him like a fiddle.
He did.
Yeah.
He certainly did.
Absolutely.
He did. He did. So they get to the round table, and I always write this down. The first person to speak is Lisa this time. And she said, she brings up Natalie. Today in the library with Tara, you said when we murdered. And the look on her face, and Tara's like, yeah, she did say it. Like, I did hear it. And Natalie said, well, I can't prove I didn't say that, but there's going to be mess ups. We're going to say things that we don't mean, which would have been the time that she should have brought up what happened with
For sure,
Portia.
Right.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She wasn't able to do it.
What always baffles me is, again, like how they go into these roundtables just so it's Natalie, it's Natalie, it's Natalie. And all it takes is someone to be like, oh, look, Lisa just wiped her hand on her shoulder. It must be Lisa.
They're like, good
Yeah.
point. I changed my vote.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, like, it's just so quickly, everyone in there thinking Natalie. But then the fact that, I forget exactly what happens next, but the fact that they were like so easily jumped off of Natalie onto the next subject, it just baffled me.
Right? Didn't they jump on Tara?
Yeah, weren't they on
No,
Tara?
it was. Well, no, it was Colton said, like, I'd like to talk about Yam Yam. And Natalie said, so would I. And Rob is nodding his head. So that's when they go in on Lisa. I mean, Colton's the one who brought it up. And he said, obviously, now I know that we can 100% trust Yam Yam because he was a faithful and he's gone. And
That's a
his
good
last
point.
words were Lisa kissed him. Like that was her thing. But the thing is, these roundtable sessions are at least an hour, sometimes longer. I heard they could be up to 5 hours, which I think
Ugh.
5 hours is a bit insane. But they edit it so that we think it's somebody else. Like that's what they
Right.
give us.
Probably a lot more communication about who they're targeting. We're just not seeing
Right.
it. So, like,
What are we
'cause I
seeing?
feel
We're
like
seeing
they-
5 minutes.
Right. And I feel like somebody did bring up Tara, right? Because didn't Candace say to Tara, like, I can't vote for you. I don't think you're a traitor. Did Tara get some votes? No.
She didn't.
No.
Yeah. But I think what you're saying, that makes sense that all these, if you hear it so many hours and so many hours, you might think, you know what, after a while, this doesn't make sense. I'm going to change my vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
It's what
like-
we're not seeing that convinces them.
Right.
We're
That's a
not
good
seeing the
argument.
progression of the
Like jury duty.
conversation leading up to that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that when the season's over on Housewives, all this stuff, they should just release raw footage, just like they did the Big Brother cam feed. I would watch, if there was a 5-hour roundtable, I would fast forward through it, but I would watch the
Mhm.
back and forth. At least
Yes.
one season's worth, I would give it a try, because there's got to be some really interesting stuff. But then again, how much of that gives away the manipulation that they're actually putting into the editing? But I would
What
love
I
it.
would
Today's
also
thought
like
for
to see
bathroom-
is them
bathroom
back
break.
at their hotels. Like,
Right.
I want to see them, like, the after party.
Yes.
Because there's
There
gotta
is
be
an
some
after
slop.
party. No,
You're
no,
right. They
they're,
put a
Yeah,
one
they're
drink
sequestered,
maximum
yeah.
on them.
they're
Yeah.
isolated. I mean, Dolores talked about this extensively. Like they are isolated. They are in
I guess
their
they would have to
rooms.
be because of the nature of the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right.
they are
No
totally
phone.
isolated.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Nothing.
honestly, if there were an after party and you were allowed to hang out when the cameras go down, but yet the traitors are in the turret, it's like, where's Candace and Rob? Like,
Exactly.
yeah. Oh, they
Right.
went to
Well,
bed early. Like,
well,
yeah,
it says
so
too
that
that,
makes
like,
sense.
The turret sessions can last a long period of time too. So someone said once, I'm looking to see who looks tired the next morning at breakfast because they are
Right.
up all
Right.
night in the turret.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, I mean, the way it ends pretty much is Rob is going in hard for Lisa, and then Allan comes in and said it's time to vote, and pretty much it's a sweep for Lisa. I mean, Tara votes for Natalie, Candace votes for Rob, and Dorinda voted for Maura.
More
Everyone else, everyone else voted for Lisa.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I loved
you
I
know,
loved Brenda when Little Housewives on Maura when Maura tried to get a word in. She's like, no.
Yep.
I enjoyed
Yep.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, Candace voting for Rob had to be nothing other than I see you, I know what you're doing, and just also knowing that Rob turned on Lisa, she has to start putting a seed in the ground that Rob is a suspect. Because if
Yes.
out of nowhere the following week she gets other people bringing up Rob, I mean, either way, people are going to be like, the only person to bring up Rob until now has been Candace. So it'll come back to her, but she's got to put the seeds somewhere.
Well, and Johnny's thinking it afterwards, like he was like, "Oh yeah, it could be," but yeah, I think it was like definitely she was so angry, Candace, and like she was definitely like, "I know what you're doing. Shots fired. I know you're gonna come for me next, so I'm gonna put it out there." And then the fact
Yeah.
that he was so indignant about it, like, how could she do that, bro? You just
Right.
decimated Lisa Rinna. Like,
Yes.
what? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that
I
annoyed
think this
me.
is going to be a duel now between Candace and Rob. I'm here for it.
Mhm.
I
I'm here for
believe
it too.
Candace is going to come out on top, though.
I don't think Candace is going to come out. I mean,
hope she
I
does.
hope she is. I just think that unless she's been doing it and we haven't been seeing it, I don't think that she's been kind of getting other people on her side, whereas it's very clear Rob has been. But maybe that's what we're being led to believe.
I think she can get the other people that are not in Rob's corner, like Tara or Tara
Excuse me.
or Johnny, maybe Steven.
And Eric seems to be
Yeah.
swayed any which way you need him
Yeah.
to go. So
Eric is
Gosh, I forgot about Eric. He must make
He's
it far in the
forgettable.
game too. He must make it very
Yeah.
far too, because I totally forgot about him. I don't even know what he was. Was he even there? I don't even remember him.
Well, it's when he kept saying, like, "I'm so good at this," like, after they got Lisa, and it's like, do you not remember, like, the laugh that you heard that you thought was Tiffany? You're not good at this,
Exactly.
Eric.
No.
Right.
As a matter of
No.
fact, you just said Eric, and I'm trying to think, who's Eric?
He's a musician, he has the ear.
That's right.
I
yeah.
totally forgot
Well,
about Eric.
But Colton took full responsibility, like full credit for getting Lisa out.
Because he's the
But
first
really,
one
it
that
was
kind of-
Rob.
well, he's the first one to like bring Lisa up, and he was the one who's really
Yeah.
going hard on
He
Lisa
was
originally.
so smug. I wanted to just wipe
So
that
smug.
smug freaking smile off his face. He's
Yes.
between him and
Yes.
Rob, it's like, you're so damn smug.
Yeah. I totally agree. I thought the same thing. I'm like, if you didn't have Rob as your, in your alliance, then your plan probably wouldn't have worked. You'd probably be going home.
Right. Or
Well,
Natalie.
Candace and Johnny are saying that the only way Colton would have known to take the focus off of Natalie and put it on to Lisa is if he was a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm glad that that's coming out. Like, I'm glad that people are saying that. And even the fact that Colton went up to Johnny Weir and is trying to get like the sports connection because he's an NFL player and Johnny's a figure skater. Like,
I was
what?
so offended for Johnny during that moment. Hey, I'm going to
Yes.
use football metaphor and relate it to ice skating. And it was like, oh, thank you for
Yeah,
dumbing
I
it
mean-
down for my
Right.
dumb ice skating brain. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And by the way,
Yeah.
isn't he a gold medalist?
He's won
Yes.
some medal, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were on the practice team. So
Yeah.
I see the connection here.
Yeah. But thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
like the Steven
But
thing. it made
Johnny
sense.
saw through it. Johnny
Yeah.
saw right
Mhm.
through that.
Remember at the challenge that Colton made a point to say, it's weird that Lisa put her gold in Steven's box. So when he brought up Steven to Johnny, I'm like, okay, that's why editing put so much focus on him saying that, because now he's taking a
Yeah.
swing at Steven. And I'm like, Steven, why?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I hope nobody falls for that because I love Steven.
I like him a lot too.
I think Colton's putting a big target on his own back. And I think Rob's going to try to defend him, and then it's going to make them both look guilty.
I think eventually Rob will throw him under the bus because especially it will do very well to, if Colton gets kicked off and he's a faithful, it's going to take all the eyes off of, I think, Rob at that point. So, sorry, that didn't make the most sense, but
We'll have to wait and see. We have to wait for episode number 8 and see what happens. I made my prediction. You made what did you predict, Kelly? You think,
I think
Candace is going to win?
I think Candace is going to come out on top. I don't know who else, but I think Candace is going to get to the end.
I
would like that.
I would like that, but I have a really bad feeling that Rob is going to somehow just make this the least enjoyable second half of Traitors that we've watched.
Yeah.
Like we'll begrudgingly watch it, but it just to be like, oh, this motherfucker again. No, thank you.
Damn it, he's lucky he's good looking, this guy, or I'd
Yeah.
really dislike him for that.
Yeah.
I think he's that good looking. I mean, Rob is good looking. I don't think Colton is good looking. Do people are like, Colton is good looking? Do you think he's good looking?
He's classically, aside from the beady eyes, he's like kind of classically pretty, and he has a good body, but it's not like he's not.
I mean, I wouldn't kick him out of bed, but
Yeah.
I also probably wouldn't invite him to bed either.
So
But if
Rob
he,
Put his
was
has
there,
cracker
if
on
he
your
just
bed.
happened to be there,
Well, apparently he
Right.
does wind up in weird places at 2 a.m, so I can't stop him necessarily.
There you go. Rob has these eyes that are just, I don't know.
Hypnotic.
There's something about his eyes. It's something like,
he's
I
got
don't
game.
know.
He's got game in a very naive, innocent.
That's it. He's got innocent eyes. They're not,
Yeah.
he
But,
doesn't,
he's got
he
game.
doesn't have
I don't
traitor
think
eyes.
Colton
He
has
does
any
not
game.
have traitor eyes.
No.
Also, Colton's just way too expressive. All the expressions he makes when like anything happens, it's like you're overacting. It just
Mhm.
seems suspicious.
Well, it's the smile too. I'm like, why are you smiling like that? It's really
Mhm.
weird.
I feel like he's just trying to be like, look at me, I got cheekbones, and like it's weird. It's very weird.
Creepy eyes.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
Says the guy with
All right.
no cheekbones.
And me with my double chin. And
All right, we're over an hour. No one wants to listen to us that long.
No.
Yeah.
I thought Kelly was
All
going to turn
right.
into a pumpkin by now. She's like, it's 60 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us again. This is so much fun.
So much fun.
Thank you for
you.
joining us.
we'll
Thank you for
definitely
joining
do
us
it again.
Please.
Yes, and please subscribe to us and go over to Husbands Watching Housewives and subscribe to them. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube and every social
Facebook.
media platform. Facebook, yes. And give us 5-star reviews. And give them 5-star reviews as well. Husbands
Right.
Watching Housewives.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.